Passport Bros. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So today, I got a special guest. Um, this guy, he's traveled to a lot of countries, especially in Latin America. I reached out to this brother. He have a similar travel style like myself, man. He's been kind of under the radar. There's a lot of guys that know him. A lot of guys that don't. I wanted to make sure I introduce Travelmatic to the Passport Bro community. And we're just gonna chop it up about different countries he visited, and get right to it. So, with further ado, I'm gonna introduce Travelmatic.
Yeah. Got the flight book, it's a library. I'm in the DRDO. Just took a flight to Bora Bora and foreign cars like foreigners. Berry on her. Up in France, bitch, bonjour. I been come to go so we going Paris tomorrow. Only Paris we carry, spin at the mall. We doing singing along. My diamonds be saying, add some more change. That's the same alone. Dripping all the way from home and taking the wrong. Got the flight book, it's a library. We ain't flying solo. Tune in to the show. It's the Passport Bros. No excuse entertainment. Jay Slay on the show. Turn it up some more. It's the Passport Bros.
What's good? What's good?
What's good, bro?
Man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Cool.
Just chilling. Guatemala.
So you with us live in Guatemala, man. How is it out there?
It's nice, man. I like it. Good change of pace from the traditional circuit of brothers do. The
Okay.
Colombia, the Brazils, and the DRs.
Sounds good. So is it your first time out in Guatemala?
Yeah. I'm in Guatemala City now. When I first came in, I went to Antigua.
What's good, Bert? Huh?
Which is a big traveler, backpacker, touristy. It's one of those what you call it, UNESCO, and UNESCO it's protected by this world organization or whatever. I forgot what you call that damn thing. And so it's Antigua means old. It's actually old town and architectural, Spanish architecture. And a lot of cool things to do out there. Cool things.
That's what's up, man. So introduce yourself, man, to everybody, man. If you can, like what countries you've been to, man, and how long you've been traveling.
Oh man, my name is Adrian. Channel name Travelmatic. I've been traveling before YouTube, maybe 10 years or so. I kind of started, of course, everybody do the traditional black traveling, Jamaica, the cruises, Bahamas and shit like that.
Right.
Then I went to Canada, Montreal, Mexico, and then that was it. And then I kind of got into YouTube, and then I started with like Cuba, Colombia. This year I've been to DR. I've been to El Salvador and Guatemala now. What else? Brazil. Last year, year before last was Spain. Okay. Madrid, Ibiza. I think that's about it.
Okay.
I think that's about it.
Asia or Africa on the radar?
It is. It's almost like how I eat my food, man. I eat my food in sections. Eat the rice, eat the beans, and then I don't really mix it up. I just eat it in sections. So I'm eating up this whole side. Like I want to go to Honduras. I want to do Costa Rica, Panama. I want to do Argentina. Really, all of South and Latin America, man. I want to touch a little bit of everything, man, because it's all different. or it could be all same because like Guatemala and Salvador, because they're neighboring countries, are very, very similar in like food and in culture, which I thought that was pretty interesting.
Okay, let me read this out. Global Paper says Antigua, Guatemala is 40 minutes outside the city. Antigua is a colonial town and famous for their yellow arc, Pollo
Campero. Mm-hmm.
Famous chicken restaurant in the city.
Yes. That Global Paper, Brazil or die.
Shout out to Global Paper, man. So I wanted to just kind of I wanted to talk about like cultural differences because we've been to a lot of countries, and it was like 5 countries in specific that I really wanted to kind of get your opinion on because I haven't been to 2 of the countries that we're going to talk about. But I kind of want to talk about food, music, and dating. But first, I want to start off with like cuisine. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, we'll get to the ladies, towards the end. But guys that are new to travel and people that want to understand, the type of things that we do when we travel. You know what I mean? It's a plethora of things. So we had these debates in our smaller WhatsApp groups, but I want to talk about food comparison. So let's talk about Colombian food first. You know what I mean? What's your opinion on Colombian food? And I give mine as well.
I guess it all depends on the area. I do like to frequent Cartagena. I've been to Medellin, but you need a little bit of salt and hot sauce, with Medellin food, and with the costeñas of Cartagena, Barranquilla, you got good flavor in there because anywhere I've traveled with it, it has like a little bit of the black diaspora in it.
Okay.
Your DRs, you're gonna have a little flavor in your food. I think that just comes with the territory. But Medellin, I don't really care for the banda paisa.
Okay.
The sausage with the egg and the rice. I think it's just a crazy combination. But I like Cartagena because it has a vast culture of food. It has the coco de arroz, the pescado frito, the ceviche, what else? They have this crazy covered fries with something on it. I tasted one time, it was okay, but it was just too much for me. So that's it on Colombia.
Okay. So I would say, so a lot of guys, they say Colombian food is kind of bland, and those are guys that pretty much frequent Medellin for the most part. I do like the food on the coast. Cartagena, it is more, it's more black, it's more soulful, more flavorful. My favorite thing is the arepa, which is like a cornmeal. It's like a cornmeal, fritter filled with like egg and like ground beef. And I've had some good food in Cali, Colombia. So in Cali, Colombia, they have the best chefs in Colombia. So
hey, it's that black diaspora, man.
Yeah, man. If you ever go to Cali, Colombia and stay at Cali Marriott, they do a brunch every Sunday. And like they got everything, man. So you know what I mean? The other thing I would say about Colombia that I like is that you will lose weight. You will lose weight in Colombia. Like the food is healthier. I think I was just watching a video with Austin Holloman. He was talking about he lost weight just being in Medellin for a few days. So I will say it's healthier, and I would say before the pandemic, if you go to the mall, most of the restaurants are Colombian restaurants, you won't see as many like American fast food chains as you would other countries. But that's just my take on Colombia. But
But you know what? I'm a play devil's advocate on this because that's like I love the food,
mhm.
but I'm a meat and vegetable type of guy. Like they don't have enough green vegetables for me, man. Like it's a lot of carbs in their food, man. It's a lot of carbs in their food. So I couldn't really, I think of moving one day out of the country. So, food is big for me. So like, like they're like, especially like in me and my boy Leon would joke about this shit. Like they'll have a nice piece of fried fish on there, nice little coconut arroz, and then they have this little scrappy little salad with a little tomato slice on top of it. I'll be like, dang, what kind of salad is this, man? But that's a salad for them. It ain't, just some cabbage, not cabbage, but some lettuce. They got shriveled up and they may throw a little slice of tomato and a little quarter of an avocado on top of them. And so I always say, man, they got the worst salads in Latin America, man. Like, like a salad, like you go to McDonald's, like the McDonald's and them other places got better salads than like they serve or whatever. But that's just me just being a little crazy with it.
No, you're right, man. They threw a little bullshit salad on the side, man.
Yeah, I mean, cause in the groups we were joking about like how some of these girls they have on their little WhatsApp. And they'll have on their stories or whatever, and they be like, "Ooh, que rico," and you looking at it like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm telling you, boy, you can have a girl and invite her to eat something like that. You'll get a lot of play just off of that. And I'll be like, man, that shit look like crap. You know what I'm saying? But that's their culture, man. I still love it because that's their culture. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, every time we cook, or let's say if I cook. My lady, she'd be like, can we make a salad? And I'd be like, man, you can make you a salad. You can make one for you, but that ain't no salad to me.
So you feel me?
Let's see. Global Paper said Medellin food is good. Brothers need to know where to go. I just got back and went to different restaurants in Provenza that were fantastic. High-end restaurants are very good there. No, you're right. They got some good restaurants in Medellin. He said Bogota, go to Parque 93, and the food there is great. My favorite restaurant is Gato Negra. Okay. What kind of cuisine do they got? And then he says, if you like Italian-style pizza, go to Archie's in Medellin, but don't be full. Food is great in Medellin. Yeah, I got a list of restaurants that I like in Medellin, but as far as the typical paisa dishes, you get pretty much rice, either like a grilled chicken or grilled steak,
right,
and some beans and a plantain. You know what I mean? But it's cheap and it's healthier, so I will say that.
Now they do got some bomb ass soups in Colombia though. I do like their soups.
Yeah.
I like their sancochos and all that stuff.
Oh, and they don't serve a lot of soft drinks. Like you get a lot of natural juices for the low. So that's something I do appreciate. You get a natural juice.
But you know what? Sometimes, man, I can't. I'm funny about, especially in Cartagena. I'm funny about drinking anything other than bottled water or beer, really? Because sometimes they'll use that water, man, or they don't have like filtration on it. And Cartagena jack up your system, man. Have you on that toilet like 3 days straight, man.
Really, Colombia is ranked one of the highest in the world for they.
Now I said Cartagena.
Okay.
I heard Medellin is a lot better. Okay. But that Cartagena will jack your stomach up, boy. If you get the wrong ice or the wrong water, it will jack your stomach up, man.
I feel you. So I'm gonna get to another country. I'll do a country I haven't been to. about food. So tell us about Cuban cuisine.
You said Cuban?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Cuba, man. That's my favorite country, man.
Wow.
Um, I feel like home when I'm in Cuba, man. I've been there 3 times, man. I show you how much I love it. Now, I mean, they had um, the traditional rice and beans, but they had this thing called congri, which is their version of like peas and rice, but it's black peas and and white rice or whatever. But they put like this pork in it and other flavorings in it and it's just excellent. They got the yellow rice too, which is good.
Hmm.
What else in Cuba food is good? Mm, I mean, they just had the fried fish, the fried chicken.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something about Cuba too.
Okay.
The hamburgers, the hamburgers is not made out of ground beef.
Okay.
Hamburgers in Cuba are made out of ground pork.
Mm.
All right. Cows are kind of more of us. I've heard many different stories. But cows, it's illegal to kill a cow in Cuba unless you have a government permit to kill that cow.
Mm.
And by somehow you slip the cow something to make it die. If they find out that you killed that cow illegally, you can go to jail.
Wow.
The cows that are raised in Cuba, it's almost like the tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Tobacco is taken, 90% of it is taken to by the government for exports and all that stuff. They leave 10% for the farms to do like tours and like in Vinales, like they got these that's the tobacco region.
Okay.
So you can go on the farm and some of that tobacco that they have grown there, they can sell it to customers and stuff that come through on the farms. And the same thing with the cows, like they take the damn whole cow once it's been slaughtered, and then they'll have it for themselves and government, or they'll have it like to serve in like the old Havana to
Okay.
like tourists in like the more ritzier places. So you can have your vieja ropa, which
Okay.
is it means old clothes, but it's like shredded beef.
Okay.
So, but on the street you'll see them like selling hamburgers. But and I bit into the hamburger and I was like, this hamburger is different. And the girl that I met there, she broke it all down to me. She was like, "You ever had a hamburger?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "That shit was kind of different." She was like, "That wasn't ground beef you was eating in there." She was like, "It was ground pork." And I was like, "Ah, that shit makes sense now." Because it didn't taste bad, but it didn't taste like beef,
Wow. I mean, was it like? How did it taste?
I mean, you could do like a ground chicken sandwich or like a chicken sandwich or pork like that. It's all white meat and it's still dense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what part of the pig they're using, but you can grind it up and put some seasoning with it, and it can, it can't pass as hamburger because I was like, and this don't taste like hamburger,
Right.
And so, but it's still like dense, still firm,
Okay.
But common regular people can't have access to that beef to sell.
Okay.
It's really different.
Now, the closest I guess, had Cuban food was like at the airport, like Fort Lauderdale, Miami. But I know, I assume that's just not real.
No. The second time I went, my boy and his wife went with me, and they had their mind all set on having Cuban press sandwiches, empanadas. You don't get none of that shit on. You don't get. All thing you gonna get is that same coffee. I mean, you're gonna get the traditional island food, the rice, the beans, but no like pressed sandwiches. They'll press like a Cuban press sandwich. Yeah, it's the same, but it's different.
Okay.
It's like a hamburger they'll use, or like like, because they don't have the same cheeses and stuff on a Cuban press sandwich, you know, the pickle and the all that. So they'll have a press sandwich, but it's not the same as you would have it in the States, though. Still tastes good, but it's just different. The mojitos are different.
Wow. Okay.
The mojitos is not as sweet as you will have them in the States. They're a little bit more sour. Like, they don't put that much sugar in them.
Okay.
You know?
Wow. Do they do natural juices?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I wish I had like a I sent you some pictures of the food I had. Because the first time I went, I stayed with a family where most of the Airbnbs there, they'll have somebody kind of like that'll come in or kind of watching the house or whatever, the apartment, and like for $5 per person, they'll cook you a whole meal with like maybe like some jamon, fresh mango juice, assortment of fruit, eggs. They do like these croquette balls with cheese or like meat inside of it.
Yeah.
And they'll have coffee, all that for like $5. Like just a big spread, like you bread, all of that for like $5 pretty much. And they'll cook that for you every day. Usually most of the Airbnbs there will have that for you if you would like. You know, they may ask you that or whatever. So yeah.
It sounds like they got a pork heavy cuisine, like the Philippines has a pork heavy cuisine. Everything.
Yeah. I mean, because they don't have access to the beef, and they just got pork and chicken and fish. You know, I'm a pork connoisseur, so it don't really bother me. I know sometimes brothers like to go to these Latin countries that don't eat pork, and I don't see how you make it, because it's pork in everything in these countries, man.
Yeah,
it's pork in the rice, it's pork in the beans, it's pork. You know, they cooking on the same flat iron pork and the chicken at the same time. You know, they don't think about, oh, this the pork side, this the chicken side. They gonna cook that shit all on one. They ain't got that much, you know, equipment to be cooking on two griddles. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, peace out to the non-pork brothers, man. I feel y'all pain.
So one more question on Cuba. So I know everybody experienced different, but you know, I had a homie. He talked about like the sanitary conditions when it comes to cooking. He didn't see some things, saw some things that he didn't like. You know, so
you said the sanitary in other countries or in Cuba?
In Cuba, like how sanitary are. Like he said it was a situation where he went to a restaurant and like they were like cleaning off a plate with like a dirty rag, and he was just like, man, I don't even want to eat here. And then he talked about a situation where they was like grilling, they were like making a pizza on a barbecue grill. You know what I mean? So he gave me like a kind of an unpleasant visual of like eating in Cuba, but I don't know if that was just where he went, or if it's just like if you were in a good area, a poor area, or a more affluent area.
Man, I think it does matter in all of these countries, man. In all of these countries, I'm trying to recall. I can't remember where I was at. I want to say I was in Colombia, maybe. Well, I seen a guy with a dolly. He was carrying like a cart, and a chicken breast fell on the ground. Raw chicken breast fell on the ground, and I saw it fall. He grabbed it and threw it back on top of the box and went on by his business. Like, it's like, shit. Damn, somebody gonna have to eat that shit. But man, that's just the one. Man, I'm telling you, what I carry with me in all these countries, I think every travel guy should have ibuprofen, anti-diarrhea pills, and I usually have an antibiotic because you can get them from like it's a pharmacy downstairs. I can probably go down there and get antibiotics. I got them from when I was in Mexico.
Okay.
No, actually, when I went to Colombia last time, I got me some amoxicillin. I carry those three things with me because I've had times in Mexico where I was sick as a dog, or Cartagena when I had some bad water. I've had it in Cuba too. And I was like, you know what? I need to have something because once it hits you, it's too late. But if you get that urge where you're like, oh, my stomach bubbling, pop your amoxicillin, pop your anti-diarrhea. And that shit, it was stopping in its track. But if you waiting a few hours and another day, man, you're gonna be on that toilet for days, man. So you're gonna get that everywhere, man. You're gonna get that everywhere you go.
Let me put a disclaimer out there. We are not medical physicians. You know what I mean? This is just personal
Right. But I'm sure a few guys have been on that throne in these in these countries, boy. And I'm telling you.
But I will agree with you. Antibiotics, because even when I went to Africa, my travel doctor prescribed me some antibiotics. So antibiotics is stronger than over the counter stuff if you got some type of stomach bug. So
yeah, because you get that it's that bug. There's stuff that is that their bodies are used to. Being a foreigner, coming to these countries, wanting to have a good time and enjoy the food and eat and be merry. Well, I'm telling you, I know a couple of dudes that they vacation just be messed up because they couldn't leave the apartment. They couldn't leave the apartment, man. On that throne, man.
Facts.
So
no, you need to get that stuff out of your body. No, I agree. So let's let me move along. So let's go about Dominican Republic. Their cuisine, and is it similar to Cuban from your experience, or is it a little different?
I like DR. DR season their food real well. They do season their food well. Great food, great just overall food. I didn't have a bad dish. I was in Santo Domingo, Santiago. Didn't make it to Sosua yet.
Okay.
To the famous Sosua. But Boca Chica. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, I would say from DR, my opinion is, I mean, yes, they have like rice and beans, which I'm not, I'm not a fan for because that's just kind of, basic. But I have enjoyed the fish at like Boca Chica, Sosua Beach, like fried fish. You know what I mean? A lot of times they got nice big fish. They cook it with flour, so it have like a crust. And then I like it. And then a lot of them know how to grill fish too, on a barbecue grill, opposed to like Colombia and like in Cartagena, like they don't bread their fish. They just fry it. They just fry it whole, and usually they give you like a tilapia. You know what I mean? They do have snapper, but like if you go to like on the tours, most of the time they offer tilapia and they fry it plain. They don't put no batter or flour on it. So that's the only thing that's one reason why I like how Dominicans fry fish. They fry it a little better, and they got a better variety of fish in DR as well.
Man, I would speaking of, when you go to Santa Marta in Colombia, they'll bring out they'll give you a little show on the beach. Like they'll bring like 5 different fish, and you pick one out, and they fry it for you on the beach or whatever. Real dope. Real
That
dope.
West Africa 1980 says, I like how they serve you the whole fish overseas. Yeah, that was new to me being a black American. Like I know people that got Caribbean roots, they probably used to seeing the whole fish, or people with parts of Africa that used to seeing the whole fish cook, but I wasn't used to that. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, or you from the South? Like I'm originally from South Carolina, so
okay,
that's all we had was whole fish. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Definitely.
The only thing I I be on Dominican food is like I do think, even though it's more flavorful, they do fry a lot of their foods, and I think it's a little bit, well, it's definitely unhealthier because you can see it in the people. You can see, like, they have more processed foods than probably the other Latin American countries. But I mean, the brothers do love the food though. So to put that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Mexican food now. Mexican food, is like a world renowned cuisine. I mean, I would say probably has the best food in the world, competing with Thailand. What was your experience? And I haven't been to Mexico yet. So how was food in Mexico?
Um, I like Mexican food. The tacos is slamming in Tijuana.
Okay.
Um, they got different tacos that I would never think to have with cactus or whatever on it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um, Barbacoa. Um, there's another one because actually in Tulum, when I went to Tulum, I went on this taco tour with this girl, and she showed me like I think it's called cabeza de res, like beef head,
Mhm.
like parts of the beef head got like meat, meat pieces in it that's real tender. I had that, and then there's this one that's like pork,
Mhm.
that's different parts of the pork or whatever, the pig. And what else did I have? Or the pastor, when you have it, you ever seen it stacked? They have like the pork kind of stacked
Right.
with the pineapple on top. That's called pastor. Then
Okay.
they shave it off. Yeah, banging. I love that pastor. Um, but then you can go to like Baja California, um, Rosarito, Ensenada.
Uh-huh.
Um, you get your what you call it, cocteles, mariscos cocteles. Like they'll have like clam,
Shrimp
oyster,
cocktail.
shrimp, some cucumber, tomato, Worcestershire, ketchup, and like lime juice. Banging,
Okay.
banging.
Wow, they give you clams and shrimp cocktail. They give you more than just shrimp.
Yeah, mariscos mean like seafood. So,
Okay. Okay.
or they have a shrimp one too. You could just do it with shrimp if you want a shrimp cocteles, but the marisco comes with all the stuff in it. Banging, man. I think that was like my first time I ever had it like that, and I was like, man, that was addictive, man. That was addictive.
Okay. Okay. So I think a lot of us know Mexican food is the bomb. You know what I mean? Now let's. What was your take on Brazilian cuisine?
Um, I'm a barbecue type of guy, so I love that they had, they had like traditional like fogo de chao. They have the fogo de chaos there, but then they have like, and I'm speaking about Rio first.
Okay.
Um, they have the Brazilian style steakhouse. That's what you call it.
Okay.
And I love how our money stretched there because I can go to a fogo de chao and eat for $25 US because of the currency exchange.
Right.
And man, then they got the other ones that are, you know, popular to their region. So I tried a few of them out, and they were just all good, man. But they have like the moqueca. They may
Right.
have the feijoada, which is the black bean stew or whatever. But then when I went to Salvador, I did like a little cooking experience with this girl named Sophia, I think her name was. But Larissa, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Larissa invited me in her home. I got it on my channel too. She
Oh, yeah.
invited me in my home.
Or with us when we did the Salvador, when I did the Salvador stream.
Yeah. She invited me in her home. Cooked the shrimp moqueca with the little side dishes. Made me a caipirinha. And I had these other drinks too that I can't even remember their names, but they were like real different. One was like a green drink. These are all alcohol beverages and stuff. And just different but good stuff. I don't know if you ever had the I think it started with an A, but it's like a sandwich, and they had the little shrimp with the shell on it. And they had like other little stuff in it, but they serve the smallest shrimp you probably can ever find in the market, but the shell be on it. And they was telling me like, you got to eat this, and I was like, man, I can't eat that with that shell on it, man. Like I tried it, but I didn't even eat all of it. But you know, Brazil food is definitely different. They eat fries with everything. Fries is gonna be with spaghetti. Fries gonna be with fried chicken. Fries gonna be with a salad. Like they gonna have fries or rice with everything, man.
See, this was my thing with Brazil. Like my first time in Brazil, I didn't like the cuisine because I guess I went to a bad restaurant in Copacabana. You know, they gave me like some canned vegetables, and I'm like, why y'all cooking canned vegetables? Y'all should be cooking fresh steamed vegetables. But anyway, you know what I mean? My first experience wasn't all that, but then when I went back again, you know what I mean, I started to find restaurants that I was like, okay, they got some decent cuisine. My only thing with Brazil is that it's hard to find fried food. Like I like fried chicken. They don't fry a lot of they don't really fry chicken out there like that. Like it'll be hard to find like a fried chicken restaurant.
Man, you need to come here to Guatemala, dude. Guatemala is the fried chicken capital of the Latin America, man. Like they serious about their fried chicken, man. They serious about it.
I love fried chicken, man. Africa was the same way. It was hard to find fried chicken in Africa. You know what I mean? Which is not a bad thing because I mean, fried chicken is not as healthy, but that was my thing with Brazil. And then the other thing was that, well, I would say this: the good thing about Brazil is they give the largest portions of food. You know what I mean? Like I always tell guys, like Colombia, you go to like the food court and you order a combo or any type of meal, they give you like a little ass cup and a drink in Colombia. But Brazil, you know what I mean? You get a big cup, big portions. So you definitely get a lot of food in Brazil. The seafood, they do got seafood, like you said, the moqueca, and they got different seafood dishes. Outside of like fried fish, I struggle eating like different seafoods because my palate is more. I like the seafood in the United States, like Louisiana seafood, or like when we had a seafood boils with like butter and Cajun seasoning and garlic. So when I eat seafood, I want to eat that. I need that flavor. So, but I know these other countries they don't do it like that. You know what I mean? So I just typically stick to the fish.
Okay.
Farrell, let me see. Farrell said, has he eaten Venezuelan food?
Yeah, a girl I was dating was Venezuelana. The only thing I can think of is the arepas, though. Different kind of arepas, and which is something crazy. That's spaghetti. They love making their type of spaghetti in Venezuela. But that's all I had pretty much that was truly Venezuelan food.
Okay. So wrapping up food, what's your favorite country out of Mexico, Cuba, DR, Brazil, and Colombia as far as food? Which country is your favorite?
It probably would be Mexico. It probably because they have so many different things. Cause see what I don't like about sometimes with as we travel like with Colombia, like I go to Cartagena, I'm gonna be fishing riced out, and I really don't like eating American food when I'm abroad.
Right.
That's just something I just be like, man, I could get that in the States, except for like the McDonald's here in Guatemala and El Salvador. It's like other than the burgers are the same, but like their breakfast stuff is like different. Got like it's like an egg McMuffin, but it has like sausage. They big on these refried black beans.
Right.
And they'll have like two plantains on top of it. Shit sounds crazy, but it's good as hell. Sausage, egg, and cheese with refried beans on the bottom and two plantains on top, man. I'm telling you, that shit is fire. But Mexico, because it's depending on where you go, man, it could just be different. You could be on the north side of Mexico, you got the tacos like crazy. Baja California, you got the ceviche. It's another video I did on my channel where like you go to right outside of Rosarito is a little fishing town. And I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's like 20 minutes outside of it. You can catch these dudes catching them coming off the water, the fishermen. You go up to the fishermen and say, tú compras pescados. Say. And but see, you catch them before they go to the market. The market is like a little walkway up.
Right.
But when you catch them when they come out of the boat, they'll sell it to you less than what you would buy it from the market. You see, the market is an open air market, and that meat just be sitting out there. You don't know how long or whatever. But when you catch them coming right off the water, and they loading their boats on the back of their truck, they got them coolers full with fish, shark, Martian crab, red snapper, big as your freaking calf. And you just, they may sell. I bought a Martian crab and a red snapper about this long for like $10.
Damn.
And you take it up to the market on the side. They got these little restaurants. The lady will cook it for you for $5.
Oh, that's a bet.
And she'll put rice, a little salad, rice and a salad with it, and you have like tortillas and tortilla chips and like sauce or whatever. The coldest thing out there, man.
Where is this at again?
It's right outside Rosarito.
Okay.
Popotula. Poptula, I think it's called. It's spelled Popotula. And it's crazy. It's like, well, it's going to Tijuana, then you got Rosarito. Then about 20 minutes down, going away from Tijuana, is Popotula.
Okay.
And you got to drive. It's if you blink, you'll miss it. But you will see it kind of like sitting on it's on the Pacific. Okay. And if you go out there about 10 or 11, that's why I had the ceviche at. They got ladies out there selling the ceviche. And then when you walk a little bit closer down by the water, they got the restaurants, and they look shabby. There's some shabby looking restaurants. They got a little market. And most people just go to the market, but you don't have to go to the market. You can go behind the market to the beach area. Around noon, all the fishermen, they've been out since since the break of dawn. They come back in around noon. You see them all coming in. You just walk down there and tell them you want to buy it. They got a scale already, and you just point in the cooler. You just, I want that, I want that, I want that, and he'll put it on the scale. He'll put it in a bag, and he'll weigh the bag. He'll say 100 peso. I forgot how much, but it was like $10 to $13. But I don't know if you know what a Martian crab. It's a crab, like the head of it is about big as my hand, and the arm, the damn, the arms of it is big. It's bigger than it's about the size of a king crab.
Okay.
It's about the size of a king crab. And you just buy that shit right from them, and the shit still be twitching and stuff, man.
Wow.
And take it to it's about 5 or 6 different people you can take it up there, and they'll clean it, scale it, and fry it up for you right there on the spot. They tell you to go sit down. They'll bring it to you and say, "Hey, bring me a beer too." I'm telling you, man, this shit's sweet. Popotla.
Dope. Yeah, Mexico, man. When I'm in Colombia, I always like to. I try to I like chorizo sausage, and like chorizo in Argentina, Colombia is not like Mexican chorizo. So
Right.
It's different. But yeah, I want to get to music though, man. So I know a lot of brothers, man. We've got hip to, Latin music. Some of us listen to Latin music more than we listen to, hip hop or R&B or whatever the case may be. So we've grown to have an appreciation for other genres of music. So I have opinions on a lot of different ones, but let's start again with I guess with Colombia. What have you noticed as far as the type of music that you hear in Colombia?
They're big reggaeton fans there, and in Medellin, I would say.
Puerto Rico.
Like your Rocky art, the pretty much the DR music or whatever. But on the coast, the costeñas, the Cartagena, they like the cumbia and the what's that other one? Cumbia. They got their local artists too, though. They got their local artists that be kind of be pretty good. I like Colombian music, specifically on the coast, though, because they have like that cumbia has like the African background to it,
Yeah, they got this. They got this in Cartagena. They got this genre called champeta.
Champeta, yeah.
They had me dancing to it. It's like a little funny dance. They'd be like, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
You got champeta, and then they do play a lot of reggaeton, which I do. I like reggaeton, but the salsa culture, man. Salsa music, man. They like to dance.
Yeah, particularly in Cali, which I haven't been to Cali before, but they're big on salsa. But I don't really hear too much in Colombia that much. Not like true salsa music, Cuban salsa, Cali salsa. I don't really hear it too much.
Yeah.
They like that. Dun 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 dun. That you kind of just bop to it and you jump, or you move your feet fast or whatever. That kind of.
Yeah, they got some big artists like Becky G, and she got that song Mayores, or that was Carol G, and it's another lady too. They got some nice female artists. out of Colombia. You know.
Yeah. So I can now Mexico. I can't rock with their music too much. The what you call it, banda, I think it's called, with the tuba in the background and the it's a lot of melodic singing. Da 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 da
Yeah,
da 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 da. Like,
yeah.
man,
I can't get with Mexican music. Sorry, Mexico. I can't get with y'all music, man.
yeah, that should have me going crazy.
What about Cuba? Do they have a sound?
Yeah, they do have a sound. They have a big band sound, you know, like with the full band, the trumpets, trombones. Because I used to play in high school band, so I can kind of appreciate that style of music and understand it a little bit more when I hear it. I can dictate Cuban music, Cuban salsa music versus like other salsa genres.
Okay.
But yeah, I like the Cuban music, definitely like that.
Okay. Well, this country, I do not like their music, man. But what do you think about Brazil, man?
You don't like Brazil music? What does Brazil play? Pretty much.
They got that funk. It's like a what is it called?
Oh, you don't like the Brazilian funk?
It's too European for me, man.
I like the Brazil funk, but I think that's more African though.
No,
You know, like it's like boom chak boom chak boom chak chak boom chak. That's Brazil. That's Brazil funk. It's more like doom chak chak doom chak. You know, and then they got like other ones, but
it's kind of, man. I don't know.
But they like the favelas like that shit. Like that's not really a popular genre in Brazil. It's more like it's more like in America with rap music and or like in the South in Atlanta, like mumble rap. It's like mumble rap.
Okay.
Brazil funk is like, because I would ask some people about it who Brazilian, depending on how like their skin tone is, they may be like, nah, I don't really like that or whatever, you know. But like Salvador in the favelas, like you hear all the time, like
they like rock, and they like rock too. They like rock. They like rock and roll in Brazil.
Okay. Yeah. So I like, they got the other style of music too, which I mean, I don't really care for that too much, but yeah. Brazil okay. Cause that Brazil funk, boy, them girls be popping it, boy.
I mean, yeah, they do be dancing off that Brazil music, man.
They be popping off it. But you go to a club in Brazil, man, all them girls be twerking in there.
Yeah.
All them girls turn around. You be like, what?
I do like seeing them dancing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I just wish they had a little. I wish they just allowed a little bit more American influence in their music, like other countries. But you know, Brazil is Brazil. So the last country on music, which I would say out of these countries is probably my favorite, the Dominican Republic.
Oh, the music from Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably give you a yes on that. I probably would give you a yes on that.
They be hype, man. I like Dominican. I like the nightlife of Dominican.
Yeah, the bachata and the merengue. First girl I ever dated, Latin girl. She was showing me, you know, merengue and bachata. You know, she like, you got to get close. You got to, you know, you got to get in my, you know, in my crotch, and you know, you you know, you just y'all grew together. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, man, this is like you bachata with the wrong. You got to make sure you got the right chick with you when you bachata as an American, because you know you all up on her, and y'all you like, man, hey, what you doing after this?
Right. Yeah, that bachata is very it's close, man.
Yeah, you be ready to go back to the room after that bachata, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to DR on the music, man. Yeah, DR is my favorite country when it comes to like going out, hands down.
Oh yeah, man. Them them people party, man. Them people party every day. Every day the club is jumping. Yeah, man.
music be just pumping, man. Yeah. Shout out to DR, man. So the third part, man, is dating, man. Or, you know, when I say dating, you know, I mean like, you know, the ease of meeting women online, just their cultural, any cultural differences as far as going on dates or hooking up, or even if they have, or even their thoughts on like marriage and family, you know. Let's start with Brazil.
I haven't dated in Brazil.
Okay.
But since I have left, I've gained a lot of new friends. But the time I kicked it with the girl with the cooking class,
mm-hmm.
You know, like I didn't want to leave that girl house, man. Like she was just her, and she had her roommate. Actually, her roommate started liking me, and she had another girl that was from upstairs. That was an English teacher, and she was helping with the translations.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls was just so cool, man. And like I said, I had paid for, you know, just to learn how to, you know, do the moqueca or whatever, but it was giving me all these drinks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they just wanted to like almost impress me, like, you know. And I was like, so, you know, how much extra I owe y'all after, you know, it was all done? And it was like, no, it was on us. It was our pleasure or whatever. And I'm like, real? like I haven't drunk about 3 beers, shots of this stuff, and like, you know, I know they come from humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm trying to help. And I actually I said, man, just take this right here, you know what I'm saying? Because that was a lot of that shit I'm drunk off y'all, man. And so I could tell they are really, really nice. They could be really nice to date, you know. Very inviting, very warm, you know, very open.
Well, fellas, my opinion on dating in Brazil. Brazil was the only country I didn't have a girlfriend, or I didn't have a girlfriend, and I would say the women I talked to online were not interested in long distance relationships. So I think that I'm gonna just briefly say the pros and cons from my experience in Brazil. The pros in Brazil is that if you're not looking for a relationship, Brazil is a great country. You know what I mean? Casual hookup is a norm if they if they feeling you. You know what I mean? If they don't play games in Brazil, so if she's going out with you, she already made up in her mind that after we get done what we doing, you know what I mean, we gonna hook up. If she's not interested in you, y'all just not gonna go out. So it ain't gonna be a thing where she's just trying to feel you out on a date. Like they already made their mind up like already. So that's the good thing. That's the good thing about Brazil. Another good thing about Brazil when it comes to hooking up as well is that the Brazilian women, they ready. You know what I mean? It's like I'll be listening to women talking in the U.S. about sex, and it's just like, they don't like a guy that's just ready to go right at it. They want you to warm them up, and get them in the mood and do all these things to like build up. But like Brazilian chicks is like they ready. You know what I mean? They don't need all that. They likely to let you smash before y'all go out on a date. You know what I mean? That's a big difference. But as far as guys seeking a relationship, you know what I mean, with Brazilian women, if you don't live there, you know what I mean, I just think it's just not really an opportunity there.
Man, you know what? And before we even jump around to all these other countries, I tell a lot of dudes that want to get in this travel game and date women abroad, like, other than two things, I think a lot of these women can be very similar to the women in the States.
Okay.
Because most, like, these Latin women, they already they ready. As long as you are here to be there with them. Like, no woman in the States want to have a long distance relationship. No woman abroad really wants to have a long distance. They just don't. Like, they still women at the end of the day. They may just have different culture and different environment, but they still women. They still want to feel you. They still want to caress. They still want to, like, smell your cologne. You know what I'm saying? No woman likes to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the country. So I think that's just going to be across the board. Attitude and personality, is going to be different, of course. But I was thinking of a girl I met on Tinder here. And I told her I was going to be here for a few days, and she slowly declined after we was vibing. Like, she don't want to have to go through that, liking a brother for a few days, and then I'll holler at you. I'm out. I'm out.
Now, I do think some women in certain countries are a little bit more tolerant, though.
Well, okay. I am going to say yes, because in Salvador, I did have that too.
Okay.
But that's all where she's at in that moment. You know what I'm saying? If she's in a point where, damn, I'm lonely. I need something right now.
Mm-hmm.
You will luck up and catch them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that's probably, like this girl I'm talking about in El Salvador, her next time around on Tinder, if a dude say he's, I done been down this road before, like, you gonna be here for a week and you ain't gonna come back for another 6 months or a year. Like, nah, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on her age and experience too. You know what I'm saying? Because we're still intriguing to them. Right. That sometimes gets you to play, even though they know you're gonna be going. Like, I know you're gonna be going, but I've never been with a black dude before. I hear the stories, I hear the myths. I'm willing to take the risk. But some of them are like, nah, I know you're gonna be gone, so I don't want to get my feelings caught up. So,
true.
So yeah, I didn't mean to break you off the stories. I mean, off it.
So let's move to Mexico. Dating, dating or dating apps, or what's your take on Mexico?
Have I did something in Mexico? Man, you know what? Same. Well, actually, I met this girl on the fly in Tijuana. I was going to try to get something to eat. Excuse me. I actually was liking her friend, but then this girl started, her other friend started, coming on to me or whatever. So I was like, I'll mess with her. You know what I'm saying? I'll mess with her. And we went out to dinner. And after dinner, I smashed. But then I was only there for like 3 days or so. And so, I had to, flake on her. She, when you coming back? And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming back in 3 months. And then it turned to 6 months, and then
Right.
So that's the tough thing about dating. When you floating, you know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes some brothers knock pay for play, and sometimes I think it's needed, because you out here, you seen these beautiful Latinas or whatever, you may want to indulge in them, but you don't want the aftermath of the WhatsApp messages like, baby, when you coming back, man, I ain't coming back for another 6 months. Damn. And you got to tell her, yeah, I'm coming back soon. When you coming back? And so sometimes I don't be wanting to deal with all that, man. Just give me a play, let me get my rocks off and go about my business, you know what I'm saying? And when I come back through, sometimes they be, oh, I remember you. Like, hey, what's up? They'd be happy to see you, other than the one that, wasn't a play for play. Like, she going on about her other business. She ain't, you don't never call me or whatever. You don't never message me. Like, man.
See, I don't be want to. See, I'm a nice guy. I don't be wanting to mess it up for other brothers. So I limit. I try to limit the chicks, the heart to break hearts. I try to limit that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not that kind of guy, man. I'm not that kind of guy, because a lot of brothers are lie too. I'm gonna be here for a year and shit. Get the ass, and then they gone. Like, I thought you was gonna be here for a year. Like, no, it changed or whatever. So,
Okay. So do you think in the difference in, like, I would say, level of difficulty as far as Mexican women or Brazilian women from your observations, or can't really say?
You said that, like, sensual? Or what did you say?
More like, let's say, like, if you, like, dating apps, if you, like, message a lot of women, when you get a lot of responses, when you get a lot of women that'll meet up with you, is casual sex kind of like the norm, or is it kind of like, just take things slow?
Like, I've had both, but like I said, man, they still women at the end of the day. If they vibing with you, they gonna give it up. But if they not, they may want to take their time in there. It's all dependent if you have the time or not, So the dating apps, I would say probably like being on Cupid or something. If you want to find if you're trying to find a girlfriend, like there are dudes out here that's really trying to find a girlfriend abroad.
Right.
You can go on Cupid, Badu, and you can find a girl, a nice girl. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the country, I think brothers get you know what? I get a lot of hits from this one place in Colombia, Barranquilla. They will hit me up all the time. I get a lot of good play in Barranquilla. I like that town. I stay away from DR. I love the women of DR. I think DR, for its beauty, 1A, 1B with Colombia and DR.
Okay.
But they so scammy though. Like, I was just talking about this the other night when I said I was on another live. I was saying that I like the DR women, that aesthetically, the outer appearance, but I feel like DR is one of the hardest cultures to infiltrate. Like, they're very into their people.
I agree.
DR women love DR men.
Yes, that's true.
DR men love DR men love all women. They'll mess with anybody. But the DR women are very loyal to their men, unlike Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico. They're not as loyal to their man. Like, they're dead outside their race. Outside their culture in a minute.
Brazilian women love their man too.
Yeah. So I don't want to have that hill to climb with that's why I kind of eliminated DR. Not a lot of, I mean, majority of them are, but not all of them. I've met some, like one or two that they would be open and inviting me into their culture, their family. Colombia, um, I'm going to speak on the black area. I think the black areas gravitate to Black Americans.
True.
They're open. They invite you into their family, into their culture, because they see unlike DR, like they see I look just like their cousin.
Right.
But because I don't speak DR Spanish and I'm not from DR, it's hard to get into their family, into their culture. They they're not that open to their culture. So I would say DR. Instantly when I got to DR, I started to see why there's a pipeline from DR to New York. They're very New Yorkish in their demeanor, and the way they walk around, and you may ask them something, like they're not going to really talk to you if they don't know you. Right. Unlike a Colombian, like, hey, where is the bus stop? Oh, the bus stop could be a half a mile down the road. They're gonna walk you that way. They was actually going the opposite way. And you're like, damn, you ain't had to walk me all the way here. You ain't gonna get that in DR.
What about Cuba?
Oh, Cuba's very open. Real open.
Okay.
Man, Cuba's so black, man. I was so naive to it my first time there. Shit, it looked like Atlanta, man. I was like, damn. Like, I'm in Atlanta, man. Like, it's so many. When I go places, they think I'm Cuban. In other Spanish countries. When I went to Spain, they thought I was Cuban. When I went to El Salvador, they thought I was Cuban. Because they got some black Cubans, which I never thought they were like. There were some, but not as many. Mm-hmm. There's a lot, man. There's a lot.
Wow. Yeah, if anybody want to come up and ask questions, I'll drop the link in the chat. I'll give my take on dating, I guess, Dominicans and Colombians. And from my experience, hold on, I got a little background. From my experience, I've had the most relationships with Colombian women, and they all happen to be from the Cartagena area. So I think I had like at least 5 or 6 relationships before I got married, and all was from Cartagena, and they all were Afro-Colombians. In DR, I had 3. I had 3 girlfriends as well. Even the ones I dated in DR, they all play games more or less to a certain part. All right, bro, I see you in the background. I'm gonna bring you up. They all had girlfriends to a certain extent, and not girlfriends, but they all had. Hold on 1 second. They all had. They all played games to a certain extent. The ones I messed with in the DR. It was the one I thought that was the best. That treated me the best. Like they were so good at sharing their emotions with you. Like I met this chick, and like on the first day, she was like, she was a good woman. She had a bad experience in the past, and like before we had sex, like she started crying. She was just like, I hope you don't hurt my feelings and this and that. And like she was crying. So I was like, damn. I was like, damn, man, all right, I can't fuck this up, man. Like she really about to be open for it now, right? So, You know what I mean? So when I left, you know what I mean, I was like, okay, cool. So I had this thing when if I met a chick online, like she had to give me like her password to her like online account. You know what I mean? Just to see if she was like really like down. And like she, you know, she was one of the chicks that did. So when I went back to the US, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, before I really take this girl serious, like let me log into her account. You know what I mean? And so like so I found out she had another account because she had like another email address. So I was like, let me see if she got another account. So I put the email address with the same password from the other account, and she had another account. And like that day I left, she had sent a message to somebody. So I'm like, this chick done cried. The ball out.
I'm telling you, man. They scam me, man.
So I was like, dang, like she could like the wrong dude like could have like, and I'll say she really when I called around on it, like she was like crying. She was like, you know what I mean? Like I was just responding like it wasn't nothing of it. And I rocked with her for a little bit, but I just could never. I know I could never take it to that next level. You know what I mean? But I don't want to drag on DR. But Colombian women. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say. The funny thing about DR, like a lot of girls that go to Sosua, or like that's like they may have a husband or a boyfriend. Like what I learned about traveling, especially like in these Latin countries, sex in America is so taboo, and like in other countries, especially Latin countries, like for them to have for a girl that's committed to another Latin guy in this like, and he it's like almost like shit. Did you make some money? Like I hope you went out here fucking for free, you know. so and the act is not as bad as the intention, like, which is so crazy. Like sex is like my boy Leon said, it's like a handshake. It's that simple. It's not, sex is not big in these Latin countries, man. It's not as big as it would be in the States, like, oh, or she having sex over here, or she's having sex there, or she's having sex with two guys or whatever. It's like a handshake, man. It's as natural as a handshake. And I think that's how it should be in the fucking world. Like,
right.
You know, it's natural.
Right.
You know, but in our Western thinking, it's more like, oh, she had sex. And I not to say if I had a girl and if she did mess around that I wouldn't be mad. Yes, I would. But it's helping me grow as a person on the sex thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just wanted to say that, but
no, I feel you. I think if sex is two ways, either you're a virgin or you fucking. There's no in between.
Right.
No in between. But let me get my man Pharaoh. And what's good, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What you got for us, man?
I wanted to ask that brother, where is the best place? Well, it's even on the video, but where is the best place to find like the thickest, curviest Latin woman? I'm talking about like the caramel tan looking Latin women.
Oh, you want peanut butter thick, or you want BBW?
Like I want.
Hey, I'm a BBW guy. You can embrace yourself here, man. Be open, man. If you want a BBW, man, say you want a BBW.
There's some BBWs who know how to carry it, but like I'm more of like curvy type of one.
Curvy,
like, yeah.
In my opinion, Cuba, definitely. The Costeñas, the Barranquilla, the Cartagena, definitely. DR too. DR got some thick ones out there too. So that's what I can think of right now.
He said light skin, thick. Man,
Like, are they like tan? Like, what type of skin color do they have? Do they have like the brown tan skin? Like,
They call it canela. It's like that cinnamon, like it's in
yeah,
between it's like a tan skin. Like if a
yeah,
girl go on
basically,
the beach, she get tan. Usually that
yeah,
kind of fades away. Like, but they look like that all the time. You're
yeah.
gonna go. I mean, you got to go where there's sun. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't go to Medellin because shit, they don't get that much damn sun. They sitting in the middle of a valley. But yeah, those cold or Rio, Salvador, Bahia. They
If he,
got them.
it depends if we talking about country thick or just like a chick with like
Hey, I'm talking about like country wise thick
Yeah.
because like I plan on getting some draws in South America, and
to me Brazilians not country thick. Like they in shape. They in
Yeah.
shape.
They in shape big.
In shape thick, yeah. But just country thick, man. In my the places I've traveled to, the thickest women I've seen has been Colombians and South African women.
Oh yeah.
You know what
But
I mean?
more of the South Africans are a little bit more darker, right?
South Africans, believe it or not, man, they have they not dark like West Africans. They a little bit more on the lighter brown side. Then you got like the coloreds, which look a little bit more like red bones. But like as far as light skin, yeah, definitely like Cartagena for sure. Definitely Cartagena for sure. Colombia for sure.
Farrell, where have you been thus far?
like so far the closest place I've been so far, like I've been to San Antonio. That's it, really.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been to, yeah. The deal is I got my passport recently, and I plan on using that so I can go like I'm planning on talks with my dad to go to Mexico.
Mexico is not a bad place to start. What part of Mexico though you want to go to?
Like I'll probably go to I don't really know because like there's some places I hear that are very traditional, and then there's some places I hear like they're very like you can like go there and like just be open or just be free as you want.
Well, if you knew, I always would advise you. How was your Spanish game?
My Spanish game, well, I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I have this person in the town I'm living in. He gives that person gives Spanish tutoring, so that's what I plan on doing before I go.
Yeah, if you want to go to Mexico, I mean, I would suggest Tijuana because there's more of a playground, adult playground, and you don't need as much Spanish. But like if you go to your other places, Mexico City and all, like it's kind of hard to kind of like that's. We had a conversation the other night about Sosua, and I told people why I understand why people go to Sosua, Dominican Republic for their first time because it's easy. If you're new to the travel game, everything is there for you because if you don't know how to cold approach a woman, if your Spanish is not good, you just new to traveling, you don't know how to, negotiate price. Like everything is set for you there. So like if you come into Guatemala City, like you got your Spanish got to be together. You got to know places to go, understand like where not to go. Like I was telling my guy here before we got on that they were saying like don't go to this place because it's bad, and I'm like, is it true? And I asked another guy and they like, no, don't go over there, the chicks are over there, but so you got to understand the streets in these places because
right.
You being a black guy, you gonna stick out. You gonna soon as you put one foot on the pavement, guys and girls looking at you because they know you're not from there. They know you're a gringo, so you automatically got a target on your back. So you got to know how to maneuver if you just scouring, by yourself or it's your first time out. So places like Tijuana, Sosua, it's all laid out for you. You got the girl right here. You see, you like her. Hey, you do your thing. But
Mhm.
once you get your feet up under you, then you can kind of, go to other places like I'm kind of going now.
And also, I wanted to ask you, brother, um, how has your like how do you deal with responses from these like what I call them like simp pets because like that's a perfect name for them. Not simp pets, but 304 pets because like these men like I actually earlier made plans to go to Africa one time, like Africa one day, and find like a woman over there, and like there's this guy like they basically know how to use sign language and all that to guilt trip you to stay in America to find your wife. But like I really like they get on my nerves. You have all types of 304 pets. Like you have the one that is considered pro-black. You have the one that is doesn't um you have the one that is not he's basically not he doesn't like women, but basically he's gay. And the other one, they're basically the Pookie and Ray Ray version. So like they just men who basically use sign language to basically keep black men in America because they say it's best for the community or some type of crap like that.
Man, you're gonna realize when you get in the travel game and you traveling, you're gonna lose a lot of friends, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose a lot of friends. You're gonna have a lot of jealous friends. Like I'm talking about your A1 day ones.
Yeah.
Your people you went to high school, middle school with, that the last 10 years y'all rolling out, going on to the neighborhood club, whatever, blah blah blah. They don't have their passports. You seeing guys in the YouTube space that look just like you, like, oh man, I want to, get in with these guys. Like we all we got because our other friends, they don't understand. They're not gonna understand. So that's something that you're gonna have to, that bridge you're gonna have to cross. And you get in these WhatsApp groups where you can kind of be around the same like-minded people that, shit, they ain't jealous if you go. I mean, some niggas do be jealous or whatever. But majority of them rooting you on or like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna meet up with you out there, you know what I'm saying? Or, so you kind of got to get around like-minded people once you get in this travel game, because your family members, like my mom never know I'm out of town because she always be like, don't they be stabbing you over there in Colombia? Like, ain't anybody gonna stab you in Colombia, mom? Like, shit. So I don't even tell nobody when I leave out the country, man, because I don't want to hear it. So I just go and come back. And if they find out I was out, they just find out like, you always going out telling me. I'm like, shit, because I don't want to hear it, man.
Yeah, with me being like I'm a black Muslim, so like but the deal is like I've learned, and like my uncle, I've learned that basically you don't have to settle for less, all because like basically you like what I mean by what I told you is like when those I keep saying simp, when those 304 pets, they try to come on you and try to sign language you, and they basically know that they don't have no power over you to do to make you stay there because they try to make you settle for less. And
they don't want you to do something they not doing, and they want you to be. It's like waiting in line. It's like waiting in line for some Jordans, right? You could go overseas and get some Jordans. The same Jordans probably for like $20, but they want you to wait in line in the U.S. be behind them for them Jordans. You know what I mean? They don't want you to skip the line. So what Passport Bros do is we skipping the line. We skipping the line. We like, oh, we in front. You know what I mean? They don't like that. You know what I mean? So you just got to keep skipping the line, and it's gonna be people that's gonna hit you like, oh man, like how was that trip, man? I might have to hop on the next one, man. I just broke up with my girl, or I just got a divorce. Hey, I'm seeing it all the time. You know what I mean? I'm seeing it all the time, man. So you just got to keep doing what you do, man. And I wouldn't pay attention, man. Just keep doing what you do, man.
Yeah.
Man, it's sad to say our people only gonna be happy if you go two places. They'll have no problem if you go to these two places, Jamaica and Bahamas. You take your ass
That
to
is
Jamaica and
true.
Bahamas. You
That
take your ass to Jamaica and Bahamas as many times as you want. They ain't gonna have no problem. But the minute you step foot in a Latin country, or maybe Cancun, that's the only place they
Right.
think brothers can go. They're allowed to go. That's the only 3 places brothers allowed to go.
Yep.
Crazy.
Especially dudes that done got more, that's used to getting more women than you, or have more sex than you. The idea of you outdoing them on that, like, some can't handle that.
Or they hit you with the this is the one I hate. This is the one I hate when they say they just want you for your money. Meanwhile, you just asked me for $20, girl. Like, what you mean? Like, a woman is not gonna date nobody with no finances, man.
Right.
And that's universal too. It's just that a lot of brothers are not making the money that we should be making, the potential that we have the ability to make.
Right.
But, and I don't know what you do, but a brother that's working in a call center, a brother that's garbage pickup, a guy that's making $20 an hour is like a king in these Latin countries, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a king, man. It's a king.
Hey.
You can't be a king here. I mean, in the States for $20 an hour, you can't. You can't be a king, man.
Yeah, like the thing is, like, I'm in college right now. I'm trying to get into college. I'm trying to get back in, and at the same time, I'm going to try to get my disability money, so I can have that money when I travel, and at the same time, it could like pay some of the things I like have when I go through college. So like the thing is with me, like I noticed that a lot of these women, like no matter, even if you are a disabled person, like with disability, like they would women here in America, they would like take you, still willing to take you for everything you got, and still willing to like settle down, so-called settle down. But like when you go to a Latin country, like those women, like even if you if you are a janitor, they will still worship you like a king. Like that's what it is.
Yeah. That's why I said that's the difference, is the culture and the environment. The culture, the women are to take care of their man.
They value your heart too. If you got a good heart, a lot of the women say that, like, I like a good heart.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I can go to Colombia and treat my lady out to a nice dinner for $40 for the both of us in the central clock tower area. You know what I'm saying? Where in the States, shoot, I can just go to a little bar or something and spend $100 and got to go home with blue balls or whatever, you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't do that. Like, nah, man. You treat them girls nice, man, because they're men in their countries. They treat them like, like a rug, man.
Right.
Treat them like a rug, man.
You gotta really use they same talking points against them. Like if they say, "Oh, they just want you for your money," it's like, okay, this country they want me for my money. This country they want me for my money. The U.S. they want me for my money. Which one is better for me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's this woman now. Her name is Gail Nelson or Gail Neeson. She's from like, I think she's from this like Latin American country with Indian heritage. I think it's Guyanese. Like she's Guyanese, and she basically tells us how like women everywhere want us for our money, but the deal is they just like the thing is foreign women, they want you for your money, but with a different motive. Like they see men with money as a plan for survival, rather women in America, they want you for your money as a plan of luxury. So
what?
that's
I mean, to her, it's like, okay, so what? I'm looking at what I get in return. I don't give a fuck what you want. As long as I'm getting what I want, you get what you want. We both happy. Like, like so what they try to sign language you into like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I'd rather a woman take advantage of me in this situation versus this situation. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, the thing is, it's like it's a better thing with going for what she says, like wanting them for as a survival thing, because like that will most likely show how much they will. That's most likely the motivation behind them valuing you as a king or valuing you as something good.
I don't
Then
even
like with just using your money is for like some fake ass eyelashes and some fake ass stiletto heels and shit.
I don't care what they need my money for. I don't care. I just care about what I get in return. That's it. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you could be using me for my life insurance policy. As long as I'm being a smile on my face to my deathbed, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
I understand you, brother. I understand.
that's the attitude you gotta have. Like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
man.
I wanted to finish this story about another Dominican woman real quick, because Trouble Matt, you mentioned about these chicks would be married. So the first chick I dated in DR, you know what I mean, I was really feeling her, you know what I mean? And this is another, and if y'all heard the first story that I talked about with the other Dominican chick, this is why a loyalty test is, we call it shit test, or a loyalty test is, if you, especially meet a girl online, like make her give you her password and information to that online account to see how real she is. So I met this chick, you know what I mean, I was feeling her or whatnot. And obviously my first time, this is really like my first time, like it was really my first time dating a foreign chick. And so naturally I was like, you know what I mean, like head over heels, right?
Right.
You know? And then one day, you know what I mean, so my spidey senses kicked in, because it's like, you know, I always try to check chicks' information before getting too serious. So she must have went in the bathroom and had her phone out. So I quickly like looked into like her Facebook app, WhatsApp, Instagram. So I tried to see what I could find. So I opened her Facebook Messenger, and like I seen a message. She was like talking to like a lawyer about a divorce. So like I was just taking pictures with my phone of the messages, because it was in Spanish. You know what I mean? So I sent it to my homegirl, and I was like, translate this. And she was like, oh, this girl, she's married. She's married to her cousin-in-law, and she's trying to get a divorce because, so basically she married a family member to try to get to the U.S. He was able to get his papers for the U.S., but she wasn't able to, so she wanted the divorce. But I was just like, I confronted her about it, and her family, because her family was like, kind of like, you know how the Dominican family is. They're like, you know, make it seem like, oh, my daughter is a good girl and my sister is this and that. And so the family are like really big up they that lady. And when I called it out, they was like, oh, you know, she's getting a divorce. It wasn't a real marriage. It was just, she was just trying to she just married her cousin. She just married her cousin to try to get whatever. But I was like, man, that's just too much. Like, I don't even want to deal with a chick like that. But to your point that you made earlier, though, it made me realize that some of these chicks can be married and you won't even know.
Yeah. Very scammy, is what I'm telling you. VR. That's why I was telling the guys on the other live that they were saying that VR is a good place for new travelers to go, and I said I disagree, because even though DR women can be some of the most sensual, most manipulative, most like they will eat you up, man, like with just the cooking and the cleaning and Poppy, and let me rub your feet, Poppy, and you feel like you in heaven,
Man.
and you be hooked. I told him, I said, man, I've been to a lot of countries where they got Western Union, but I had never seen the Western Union line as long as I seen it and got on DR, man. I'm telling you, it was about 20 women in the line for Western Union because they know you new, or they gonna get you. Like, oh, it's your first time. Okay, Poppy, you know, never tell them you that it's your first time because they like you don't know the scam. You don't know that the play they're gonna play on you, and they just get you because they're so connected to the States, man. They're about that US dollar. They're about that US, and they want to come back to the States so bad. That's the only country that I've known that, like, majority of them want to make it to the States. Colombians, Venezuelans, Brazilians, they could care less if they come back to the States. It would be nice. Some want to visit, but they love their country so much. So
That's true.
DR, let that be like your third, fourth stop. You know, leave your heart at home. Leave your heart at home when you go to DR, man.
But I will say though, if you go to DR for the first time and you actually make it through, like, it'll prepare you for other countries. Like, if you could, like they said, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. If you make it in DR, you can make it anywhere because they're gonna show you all the games. They're gonna show it to you raw. You know what I mean? You're gonna see it all. You're gonna be like, okay. So when you see a Colombian chick or a Brazilian chick run a similar game, you're gonna be like, okay, I seen this in DR. I know what time it is.
Yeah, I guess you could say that too. But some dudes don't make it out, man. Some dudes don't make it out, man. Some dudes don't have that spidey sense. Some dudes a year, 2 years in, thinking they the only dude, and she got 3 other dudes sending her money.
Yeah, it was a dude. It was one of our Dominican groups, right? It was a dude, man.
I'm sorry about that. You gonna finish?
No, real quick. Yeah, it was a Dominican. It was a guy. He had a Dominican chick from Sosua, right? He posted in the group like, man, like, you know what I mean? Man, I think she the one, man. Like, she said she ain't out there like that. Blah blah blah. We talk every day. Every time I call her on the phone, and guys like, bro, she a pro, bro. Like guys literally was posting pictures of them with her. And then, like, he just stopped talking about her, like, after that, man. Like, it was embarrassing for him, man, because he was like all in, man. Like,
hold up. I hope the dude on that show the other night. I don't know if you know Finding Love in the DR. They call him Flip DR.
No.
Okay, yeah, Flip DR was on there, and he was saying how he was caught up. He was caught up. He was sending money. And he had that in 2 situations in DR, and he almost was like, I don't have no problem sending money or whatever. You know, I love her, and you know, we broke up, but you know.
Hey, I'm gonna get to your question. I hope Abdur ain't trolling me. He said, which land country can I go to with the most East Coast crib? I would like to settle in a country with my set. I don't know, brother. I don't gang bang. I don't know, man. You know.
You can go to El Salvador. They got a lot of gangs in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got MS-13 in El Salvador, so you feel right at home.
What was your question, bro? Or what was you gonna ask?
I was going to ask. You said the country with the most curviest and tan women are what was it again?
Let me add another country. So from what I've seen, Colombia definitely is curvy. To me, Colombia is curvier on average than Brazil and DR.
Right.
South Africa, I mean, outside of that, like, you got South Africa. I've seen a lot of talent from Tanzania. You go on, yeah. If you go on like Tinder or Afro introductions, it'll probably blow your mind, man. You'll probably be like, man, the first big booty yellow girl you see. It's an Instagram page. I think I shared on another video. I'll pull it up, man. But
Oh yeah.
I've been on African introductions, and like them women are like they are fine in a mug. Like they have nice dark chocolate skin, and like it like glistens in the sun and everything. Boy, like, it's just fine in a mug. Like they be damn, like you be wanting to make love to them under a tropical waterfall or something. Like that's how fine they are.
I would say Cali, Colombia too. I haven't been to Cali, but I heard them thick ones in Cali. They say Cali curves. They have that slogan, Cali curves.
Yeah.
So, I would definitely recommend Cali, Colombia.
now that I think,
Well, I got to get off, bros. I thank y'all for having me up here.
For sure, Farrell.
All right, peace, brother.
All right now.
Yeah, I was gonna tell him too, man. If you Rio 4x4, he gonna see some stallions in that bud.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I never messed with the thermos when I was in Rio. I was dealing with the massage spots, but next time I'm gonna definitely try the thermos because I seen all the little videos from the fellas.
Man,
I'm like, woo, crazy. But I'm telling you, the best love making is a Brazilian woman, hands down.
yeah, I didn't want to admit that, but you're right. You're right. Brazilian women,
Passionate, man.
Brazilian women, hands down, man. They definitely do it, man. I want to hold on. I want to share something real quick before I let people know about your channel real quick. I brought this up for the homie, man. He left, but if he watching, I think this is tight, man. Hold on. I think this is tight, man. I think this is what he is looking for, right?
Hold on, I'm trying to find a one too.
Let me just.
It's called More Latinas. More.
Tanzania. Now he said light skinned and thick.
Afro more.
That's what he. So you got to go to Africa for this, fellas. You got to go to Africa for that.
I want you to go to Instagram and put in afro.more.
Afro.more.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Afro.more.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh shit.
Right there. Most of them girls from Latin America. Living in Latin America.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see the Latina in her. Huh. They got some slim thick. She was slim thick. Hold on, let me see. That look like a Brazilian shape.
Yeah, I do like a Brazilian shape.
I gotta play stuff that's probably a little bit more YouTube friendly. Let me see this one. Yeah, they got them.
Yeah, that page got them. A lot of them in Cali and Cartagena on this page. Then they have more Latinas without the dot. Is their backup page, I think, or something like that.
She bad. She bad. She bad. Yeah, man. There's some gems on here. She rocking the braids like a sister. Yeah, they got them, man. They got them, man. So yeah, if y'all want to check out this Instagram page,
And
Afro.
okay, look in the bio right there. You see more Latinas with the little go up right there. Click on more Latinas.
Okay.
That's what he want right there in that red, laying down on that carpet. That's what he want right there.
He want that country thing, man. Something I noticed even with myself when I started traveling. You know what I mean? It took me a while to like go after like the super exotic chicks. Like I still wanted a chick that reminded me of home. You know what I mean? And then I just kind of worked my way up to just like, just different. You know what I mean? Because I've seen guys on their first trip. You know what I mean? They'll go after like a average looking woman, and you be like, man, you came away out here. But some guys is like they want to get the average chicks that they not pulling in the U.S. to get that out their system, and then they work their way up to just flawless.
Oh man, I need the baddies from the beginning. I need the baddies from the beginning. No average.
No average, man. I done seen guys, man. I don't even want to get into it, man. But
yeah, I mean, there's some guys you see, you be like, all right, I see you, pimp. That's what's up.
There was one guy, man, one time, man. He posted he shared a photo with a chick. He was like, "Is that a abuela?" Abuela is a grandma in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to watch what you post in these groups, man. These dudes is vicious.
But yeah, man. But yeah, let me share your page, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out Travelmatic. You know what I mean? Definitely has a lot of good content, man. Very, very engaging, and hit up a lot of places.
And I do my live streams too on remote working, man. Like myself, I'm remote working from here. And I try to help brothers to travel more and make money while they traveling. As we all know, we only got 2 weeks of PTO generally at a company.
Right.
And the reason why I started talking about remote, I've been working remote for about 3 years now. Mm-hmm. And I used to be like, man, how you travel so much? And dudes don't like to talk about how they make their money.
Right.
Usually the ones that scamming, they don't want to talk. But people like you and I, we'll say you a chemist, I'm in IT or whatever, and that's how we make our money. But you got to have money to travel, man, and and you need to have the time off.
Yeah.
So why not get a remote job, slide off to a country and work? I work. It's 2 hours behind. So actually, when we first got on, I was already off work. It was 4 o'clock here, so I have all of the afternoon and night to do whatever. Mm-hmm. So I work in the daytime, then at night, afternoon I go and do whatever. Go to like I'm gonna go to this club tonight, and enjoy myself. So it's like a work vacation. Mm-hmm. And so, you don't have to take off. You don't have to use your PT. Like people ain't gonna be able to go see their grandma and their mama for Christmas because they use up all their PTO. Because this traveling is addictive, especially like I was telling the guy when you get in these groups, right, and you're around like-minded people, and you see dudes traveling like, hey man, I'm trying to plan my next trip. You know, so once you use all them 2 weeks up, and you wasn't naturally you wasn't going to use them up if you wasn't a passport brother. You would just do it maybe once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
This is my. Let me tell you where I've been this year. I've been to Puerto Rico. I went to Colombia twice. I went to DR. I went to El Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Guatemala, and it's just September. So, and I didn't go for no 3-4 days. You know, I went for 8 to 10 days at a time, 8 to 2 weeks at a time. So, because I was able to work remotely, you know, keep that money coming in, and go and do my thing after I get off. So it's the sweetest thing. It's the sweetest opportunity with a lot of the pandemic has pushed remote working up so high, you know? So that's why I try to tell, you know, people with my live stream, me and this actually a girl, she's in IT too.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about how to, you know, some people be like, man, I don't want to, I don't know much about computers, and I don't know much about, you know, IT and all that. And it's like my show is not about pushing you to IT or trying to convert you to be a computer guru. In these countries, like this guy here that we just had on, Farrell, he's maybe 20-something years old, have no kids, have no wife, no responsibilities. He can get a remote job and be working a month in Brazil, working a month in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the sweetest thing. The only reason why I'm not out longer because I have a daughter that I co-parent with. So other than that, I probably wouldn't even be in the States no more than a month, because I'll just be hopping around and still making money online, you know?
Fact, like this brother said, let me see. He said, I'm a truck driver. I don't know how I get work overseas. I wonder, are you do you work for a company or do you have your own truck? Because I know a lot of truck drivers that have their own truck. You know, I mean, they go hard for a few months.
Yeah.
They make good money. You know, easily 100,000 plus a year, and they be traveling for like a couple months at a time.
Yep.
You know, you work for a company. Okay, what's your vacation like? You know,
Shit, 2 weeks.
Damn. Yeah, that's challenging to see. Salute, chat. What up, Alex? You know, my advice is it's I would say it's 3 different routes you can take. It's 3 main routes you could take. You know what I mean? If you got a 2-week vacation, I say one I say is, depending on what type of field you in, if you could do like contract work. What I mean by contract work is you could be working through a staffing agency, right? See, my career is more common for that field because I make a lot of money, and I could work 9 months out the year, and I can afford to not work for 3 months.
Right.
Pick another country. And not only that, I'm a chemist, so like chemist is like I don't want to say rare field, but it's it's easier for me to find a job. Whereas if you're like in business, or you're doing if you got a skill that a lot of people got, you may not be able to get jobs like that. So you can't afford to like leave a job and find, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, if you're in a field where you can do contract work, that's cool. I try to tell brothers now that when you are trying to negotiate a job, and black men, you know, that's another conversation, but black men, we need to negotiate salary. And sometimes you can negotiate a cheaper salary for more vacation. Like I would push for 4 weeks vacation you know what I mean, if you were establishing that career and you could kind of command that, be like, I'll take less money for 4 weeks vacation,
Right.
you know. And but yeah, and other things like, you know, remote work as well. So it's a lot of different ways you can approach making money in the U.S. and traveling, but you gotta get out of the 2 week vacation situation. You know what I mean? If you want to travel a lot.
Right. That 2 week going into the office crap is not going to work to be a travel brother. It's not going to work. You're trying to put holidays and combine it with the PTO, and that's the rat race that America has. I just read today about, I knew this already, that Europe, they give you 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks time off. That's not even including like sick time or whatever. Every full-time person is required to have 4 to 5 weeks time off.
Okay. 4 weeks, so that's about 20 days. If that don't include like sick or
all right,
personal time.
Right. And that's what I was about to say. You got to work at least, you got to be at a company 5 years to get 4 weeks. I was just about to say that. And I mean, a lot of brothers have tenure jobs, but a lot don't. A lot just kind of floating from job to job. And so I know that, like I was telling you in a couple of other podcasts, like the first time I had saw you on a live, you was talking about the contract work, and I was already doing it, like the process you were doing, but I didn't know I was really doing that. I would work a contract 6 months, 3 months, probably make as much as somebody would make a year. And then you get off from that contract, you're trying to find other contracts, but you still can collect unemployment.
Right.
And, so that's money already coming. I would save my money, because the money I make don't equate to my expenses. My expenses are really low. So put some of that money to the side. Put it to the side. You got the unemployment. Then you can eat off money that you done saved up. You can travel for 2 weeks, in Colombia, Brazil, whatever. And, and start it back over again. Get back on the contract. Work that. Some people don't like the contract because it's like, it doesn't feel secure. Some people want to feel that security with a full-time job. I was like that in the beginning, but then I started to see, like, man, I'm really doing it. Like, I can really slide off when I'm off this contract. Don't have to worry about coming back to some craziness at work or whatever.
Right.
I got people hitting me up, recruiters hitting me up while I'm in Mexico or whatever, doing interviews on the phone or whatever. And it's always like that. So, right. But you got to put the work in. I always tell people in my remote working thing, like, regardless of what field you're trying to get in, you still got to, in order to change, you got to put that work in. And some dudes don't want to put that work in. They want to make it easy. And I'm like, it's not easy.
Yeah, you got to put that work in. My resume is tight. You know what I mean? Remember my resume tight. You know what I mean? I could demand 50 plus an hour anywhere. And if you don't have, especially if you don't have a permanent, if you don't own a home, and let's just say you out the country and you come back, you could technically take a job anywhere in the country and Airbnb it out.
Yeah, you can. So I know in the next couple of years, I want to like fully move out and just be traveling and working remotely. So that's what I'm kind of doing now, with just testing the waters and just feeling it out with working more of an extensive time. I mean, living abroad an extensive time, because I used to be the weekend warrior, going to leave out on a Thursday, come back on a Tuesday or something.
Yeah,
and that stuff get tiring after a while, man. You want to at least be somewhere for 2-3 weeks.
But you can, but with 4 weeks vacation though, you can definitely do a lot of weekend trips. You know what I mean? You can take off, like I used to take off a Friday. Let's say if a holiday is on a Monday, I'll take off that Friday or maybe a Friday and a Thursday. So I'll probably use one vacation day that weekend, but I'm traveling like to DR, Columbia, somewhere close. And so
Right.
it's 12. So 4 weeks is 20 days. So if I use, you could damn near go somewhere 1 week in a month. You know what I mean? If you could afford to buy flights for 12, 12 flights, but that's a good time to be a weekend warrior and travel 9 times out of the year. You know what I mean? I used to do it like that. You know what I mean? When I had a perm, but yeah, I wanna put a disclaimer out before I forget. So with the unemployment, something that at least changed in like my state, and I know others probably follow suit, is that it used to be like you could work a few months and then you have enough wages to collect unemployment. But like now, I think I had a contract that was 6 months, and then I tried to get unemployment, and then they like, you didn't make enough wages. You gotta wait to the next quarter to like apply. And I'm just like, they was like, yeah, if you worked 9 months, you would have been good. But they look at the last, like, they don't look at the previous quarter. They look at the previous 3 quarters. It's like some weird calculation, but basically, you gotta work at least 9 months if you dependent on collecting unemployment afterwards. If you try to work less than 9 months, you know what I mean, it's going to be difficult unless you made like $100,000 a year within 6 months, or a lot of money within 6 months. But you got to at least work 9 months. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there.
Yeah, it does depend on the state. I know I'm in Georgia, and they pay you 13 weeks. And it's like you pay into a bucket. Like whenever you get paid, you put a little bit in that bucket.
Mm-hmm.
You put a little bit in that bucket. And like I know I had one contract where after I had used the money, but one contract ended unexpectedly, maybe 2 months into it, and I still was able to go back and withdraw out that bucket. I don't know how much I made to put back in that bucket to withdraw it, but I was able to immediately after coming back off of it from 2 months. 2 months. So,
Right.
I mean, I think it does fluctuate because I remember before the pandemic, Georgia was paying out like 30 weeks, something like that, man. And they cut that back. They was like, nah, y'all ain't doing nothing on this 30 weeks. Y'all gonna max it out.
Yeah, I know somebody. They was in Africa, man, during the pandemic, man, catching unemployment, man. And then they was giving that extra 400 or 300 a week. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Was catching, so it was like Florida pay low, but like Pennsylvania, they pay they max out maybe like almost like 500, like almost 600 a month base. So some people was catching that extra 300 a week. So it was damn near like having a regular job for some people, man. Not working. That's why they cut that shit up. They was like, man, no. But but yeah, but this is like, what I mean. So what we're just discussing is pretty much like if you do contract work, those contracts do end and people do collect unemployment, and instead of in the meantime, while you're looking for another contract, you can be out the country living for less instead of worrying about maybe paying a rent that you may not be able to afford, or whatever the case may be. So, that's kind of what we're getting at, man. But yeah, man, I want to wrap things up, man. Anything you want to say, man, before we check out?
Oh man, it's been a pleasure having me on, man. I do the remote work lives every other Monday, so I got one coming up this Monday. Last Monday I was talking about the Colombia visa, digital nomad visa. So that's another thing too, that, you know, for guys who are on the other end and not a weekend warrior, they trying to stay, you know, long. The Colombia digital nomad visa is allowing you to stay up to 2 years. So only thing you need to have is a remote job. You only have to show proof of like $680 something a month. One of the lowest digital nomad visas on the market. So I'm thinking about shooting for it actually.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to see how I can work that out, and I'll be doing videos on that coming up. And I have El Salvador and Guatemala, and a little bit more DR that I didn't finish putting out. So check me out, man. Check me out.
Yeah, check out Travelmatic. There's his page. His link to his page also is in the description and title. So make sure you subscribe to that, brother. So man, yeah, man. So peace out, man. I know you pop up on the screen sometime, man. So I definitely see you around.
For sure, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, so there you have it, man. You know, Travelmatic. I did want to mention, we didn't get to mention about Colombia dating, but I, you know, from my experience, I did want to say that I felt like dating Colombian women is the most, I would say is the best. You know what I mean? I feel like they played the least amount of games. They seem very patient with long distance. And yeah, you know what I mean? But, you know, I do advise brothers, if they want to take a woman serious, you know, they should consider being able to live there for an extended period of time to either vet a woman that you met online now or be there enough time to meet a woman in person, which I believe is better, you know, and just kind of be able to experience what it's like being single, you know what I mean? So that's all I got. So I'll check y'all out Friday when we continue the series on credit building. Peace out.
Yeah. Like the flight book, it's a library. I'm in the DRDO. Just took a flight to Bora Bora and foreign cars like foreigners. Burberry on her. Up in France, bitch, bonjour. I been come to go so we going Paris tomorrow. Only Paris we carry, spin at the mall. We doing singing along. My diamonds be singing, add some more change. That's the same alone. Dripping all the way from home and taking the wrong. Got the flight book, it's a library. We ain't flying solo. Tune in to the show. It's the Passport Bros. No excuse entertainment. Jay Slay on the show. Turn it up some more. It's the Passport Bros.